Good morning. Happy Monday to everybody out there. This is Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. So let us begin. We got a war that started over the weekend, and sorry to see that. It's always difficult when these types of conflicts are about. Wish everyone safety be the utmost priority. But let's get to the world news first. Israel government formally declared war Sunday against Hamas following the surprise attack against them this weekend. As the military tries to crush fighters and in the southern towns and intensifies its bombardment of the Gaza Strip, the toll passed 1,100 dead and thousands wounded on both sides. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said Sunday he has ordered the Ford carrier strike group to sail to the Eastern Mediterranean to be ready to assist Israel as the attack by Hamas that left more than 1,000 dead on both sides. Iranian security officials helped plan Hamas's Saturday surprise attack on Israel and gave green light for assault at a meeting in Beirut last Monday. According to senior members of Hamas and Hezbollah, another Iran-backed militant group, says the Wall Street Journal. On to sector news breakdown. Tesla. Let's bring up our screens and share our screen. This screen wasn't working earlier, so I may need to bring up the other one, but we'll see. We will go to the other screen then, since this one is giving us difficulty. We're looking at Meta earlier. Meta is up, is bouncing around between 316 and 314. Here we go. Tesla sold 74,073 China-made vehicles in September, a 10.9% decrease from a year earlier, while they're being chased by BYD. Let's see if I can bring BYD. I believe it's this one. A slow response here. Here we go. China-based manufacturer of hybrid full power vehicles. This is backed by Warren Buffett. So we'll just see if they can surpass Tesla. They've been really growing their presence over in China. On to Tyson Foods and other meat processors are closing plants across the U.S. in response to what they say is slackening consumer demand and persistently high costs for livestock feed and wages, the Wall Street Journal reported. And looks Tyson continues to move downward. On to Shift Technologies. The online used car seller will file for bankruptcy and shut down its business, company said Friday. And I guess, yeah, we got a high volume sell off, but it looks like on this chart it went up on Friday, and it looks like it is rising today, even though it was off $1.66. See if we can get another chart. Oh yeah, gap down here. It gapped down. I was looking up here. Gap down to 24 cents. Was at nearly $2. That was a big move. Around 4,000 United Auto Worker members at Mack Trucks will strike Monday, with rejecting a tentative agreement in the latest dispute between the union and auto companies. On to energy, industrial, and materials. Look at the U.S. oil prices are up with the conflict in the Middle East, gapping up 4% today. Oil stocks got a broad boost Monday as attack on Israel by Hamas sent crude oil prices surging. Shares of Occidental Petroleum, ExxonMobil, Schlumberger, they're all gapping up big time. And Devon Energy Corporation, which has been in a big sales slump, is actually gapping up 4.6%. And one issue from the UK that has been leading, Weatherford, had a bit of a pullback here after reaching 98, is gapping up 4% with the rest of the oil market. We'll look at some others later. Defense stocks, of course, are up. Take a look at GD, General Dynamics, up huge volume in this one. A lot of professional money managers moving their money there. You know, see Northrop Grumman, up big South Bay company, up about 11%. Lockheed Martin, up about 8%. Huge gap up and closing strong, trying to get above its 50-day moving average. RTX, which had been in a huge downturn, popping up as well, up 4.5%. And finally, L3 Harris Technologies have a office, I believe, in the Bay Area here. Aerospace gapping up close to 10%. Big volume in all of those. Goldfields International has appointed Michael Fraser as CEO in January to drive the mine strategy to find new gold deposits outside of its home country and grow the company in the Americas regions. Goldfields International gapping up. It's now at low for the day, which isn't a normally good sign. On to Lennox. Upgraded to buy, was up earlier, and now it's selling off. Up from buy from sell. Goldman Sachs raised their price target to 455, which would be a big move from here. Transports are down. Airlines Delta gapping down. American Airlines gapping down as well, trying to find a bid. And United Airlines down as well. On all of this news, they have stopped flights into Tel Aviv, they announced earlier today. And truckers up slightly. They look weaker given an earlier spike in oil prices. Slightly up here. And cruise lines, I believe, were weaker earlier. Yeah, gapping down. So they made a huge move from 59 up to 112, and now they're turning back. And I don't think the huge gap in oil prices will help them any. On to healthcare. Bristol Myers Squibb agreed to buy Mirati Therapeutics, like we said was rumored last week. $58 a share. And Bristol Myers is down today, 0.71. They were down bigger last week when the rumor came out. Mirati is pulling back from its huge move last week, gapping down today. Buy on rumor, sell on fact is going into fashion here. IDEAYA Biosciences announces development candidate nomination of a Werner helicase inhibitor in collaboration with GSK and Investor R&D Day. Kaiser Permanente, one of the largest nonprofit U.S. healthcare providers, said its workers returned to the job Saturday without a contract agreement following a 3-day strike. More than 75,000 union workers at Kaiser returned. On to technology, media, and telecom. We have Datadog downgraded to neutral at Bank of America and cut target to 105 from 123. That's a big cut following cautious demand checks. Microsoft plans to debut its first chip for artificial intelligence. It's up slightly, was down earlier. Conference next month, which may reduce the software giant's reliance on NVIDIA chips, the information reported late Friday. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Down slightly, 2% today. And finally, Nelson Peltz Trian Fund has become one of Disney's DIS largest investors with a stake of upwards of $2.5 billion and planning a fresh push for board seats. Let's see what Disney is doing today. And on that news, it's up slightly. So let's go take a look at our heat map. Heat map is slow to come up, but here we go. Here's our heat map. We got a kind of a mixed bag here from conflict in the Middle East. Oil is definitely up on big, kind of muted response in most of tech. The semiconductors are down, financials are down, home improvement, consumer are all down. So there we got to look there. You don't want to have to deal with these shocks. We highly recommend an annuity. Annuity are now offering bonuses of around 40% or higher. Once your annuity goes up, it does not come down. There's no risk to your principal. Whereas the indexes float up and down, as we will see in a second. And the annuity beats index's average annual growth by about 5%. So with that, let's share screen again. And let's see what the dollar is doing. Dollar is bouncing today, up 0.24%. Gold, wow, even though the dollar is bouncing, gold is gapping up today, up 1.19%, I guess, on fears in the Middle East. Silver is up slightly as well, continues its recovery. Copper, copper had a big move on Friday, huge volume, got a slight pullback today. Not much movement in Southern copper. FCX pretty flat. Look at our bond yields. They were up earlier. Really moved higher. Got up to pretty close to 4.9%. Pullback right now in the middle to lower part of its range. And we got 20-year is actually pulling back. It was down earlier, and it's just gone further down as the day has moved on. Look what the volatility index is doing. VIX popped up pretty strong earlier, and now is pulling back. It's in the lowest part of its range for the day. S&P 500 is right now flat. QQQ, the NASDAQ, pretty close to flat. Small caps, yeah, they're about flat. And Dow Jones is flat. We were expecting a little bit further move of a bounce and traction. We'll just have to see what the continued look at the conflict in the Middle East is. Going back to the first Iraq invasion, everybody expected the markets to be down, and it actually started a recovery and sort of a new bull market. So I guess we could take a look back. I believe it was 1992. I do not want to. Go back there for some reason. So the monthly. we'll work on that and get back to everybody. And we'll take a look at that later. But in the meantime, we'll bring this back up to present. Here we go. And now let's see where the big money is moving today. We profiled this company before, and I believe this is unmanned drone company. Stock is strongly up today, up 3.7% volume, buying volume 143% increase. Interesting, all the cyber companies except the ones in Israel are up strong. CrowdStrike up big, broke out on strong volume on Friday and has just continued today. Zscaler, which we also profiled last week, gapping up as well, clearly out of its base range. Big volume Friday, and it continues strong volume today. Let's see what we have. Okta up strong as well, up big on Friday and continuing its move today. Massive move today, and let's take a look at Palo Alto Networks. Yeah, also big move on Friday, pretty good volume. Looks like highest area of relative strength line versus the S&P 500, up another 2.5% today. Tenaris makes steel pipe products, gapped up and huge volume, and it's at its high for the day. Pretty good volume here. Had some couple of days selling off, and to see how that continues. Eli Lilly, as we saw in the heat map on the S&P 500, was up big on healthcare. I believe they're working on some cancer drug. So there we have that. So we could take this as an early entry over here. Came up big over here on huge volume. In the oil space, Halliburton gapping up and up strong today, although the volume isn't as strong as you'd like to see it. This is one we have profiled before. Oil tanker, I believe, International Seaways is up big, gapped up, but now it's on the lower part of its range. Pretty good volume on Thursday. Kind of pulled back a little bit on Friday, and then now it's up again today. Finally, our language learning app is up. Duolingo worked on a double bottom here. Second favorite formation. Once it reaches 10 cents about here, 162.30 would be at a buy point. Get it. Hit 167.35, so that was definitely above there. We got to pull back, shake some people out, and then it moved back up again. Reconsolidated over here, and now looks like we got another breakout. Relative strength line is definitely looks like it's at its high. So yeah, it's at its high versus the S&P 500. We got a number of blue bars buying good volume in it. Take a look at our earnings. We're up 121% this last quarter. Sales were up 44%. Next year, looks like 18% increase in earnings per share. Let's look at Duolingo. Let's look what is moving down today. We looked at Meritex in the buyout. Camtech. It's been moving up for a while. Got a little bit of a pullback. It's an Israeli stock, so of course it's going to be down today. InMode. Israeli seller of radio frequencies used in non-invasive cosmetics. It's down as well as this Israeli company, but it's been going down for a long time. And yeah, there's a few other, looks like everything down today is mostly Israeli. Perion Networks is down 6.4%. Monday Software is down, is trying to fight back today. German developer down slightly, not too bad. And United Airlines is a big seller. And here is Air Technologies, Air Test Systems in Fremont. We talked about them last week. They continue down. They were a leader in 2020, I believe. And so that's a look at our losers, winners and losers. And let's look at what the ETFs are doing. Financials down slightly. Energy is gapping up pretty strong. Consumer staples continues down. Software, kind of a mixed bag, it looks like. Technology is actually up today, 0.24%. Haven't looked at SMH for a while. Yeah, it's down 0.5%. Ones that are really down are the airlines, gapping down, trying to fight back here a little bit. Building materials had sold off initially are fighting back. Metals and mining are up pretty strong today. And home building stocks, which you would think would be down, but they're actually up slightly. And I haven't looked at biotech for a while. Downturn, only select biotechs with buyouts or new drug approvals seem to be doing well as money has been moving out of the sector. So that's a quick look there. We haven't looked at cryptocurrencies in a while. Looks like a pretty long downtrend on Bitcoin. Got up to 839, pull back, try to make it back. When you can't take out the recent high, that's the danger. And it keeps correcting. Ethereum seems to have been doing a little better. It's in a much better range. as we said, breakouts try to usually take 2 or 3 times. Here's one, another one, and we'll see if we can make a run for it here. So let's see. I had something I wanted to showcase here. We did look at some of the stocks that are doing well, some that are not doing well. This is SolarEdge, another Israeli company that has been in a long downtrend. It's down further today. Looked at Exxon, didn't look at Chevron. We looked at the defense stocks. Some recent winners that have Israeli, this is Israeli-based company, off 4.7%. Nice software, not doing so nice today, and it's been in a big downtrend. Defense manufacturer initially sold off, but it is coming back pretty strong right now. Got a drop of Gilat Satellite Networks. So basically, if there's anything in Israel, it's going to be down today. This one is actually bucking the trade. Manufacturer of printed circuit boards. It's got pretty big selling volume, but it's at the top of its range. So this might be something to really keep an eye on. And that'll be our report for the day. So this has been Mornings with Michael. For informational and educational purposes only. We'll continue to watch the effects of the war and how the market moves. AJ Monty has a strong belief we're going to have a crash in the days ahead. So we'll keep our eyes on that as well as the technicals in the market. And in the meantime, hope everybody has a great Monday, great start to your week, and continue working on your goals and your activities. And if you have any financial goals you'd like to talk about, please feel free to reach out to us. Have a great day.